Inside these 3 white bags is the biggest vinyl haul since I've launched ThriftyAV. I'm going to check this stuff out coming up. When you think independent record store, you probably think big city, major metropolitan areas, but that's not always the case. If you've ever traveled on I-40 East in the Texas Panhandle, also known as the historic Route 66, as you approach Shamrock, Texas, population 1,800, you might have seen this billboard for Spinning Jenny's House of Music. This neat little store is in a converted gas station and features interesting murals both outside the building and inside the store. Even if you're not big into vinyl, you should stop by just to check out the art and posters and browse the gift shop items. I happened to catch a sale at this store with half price on a large portion of their inventory. Red tag items normally $2.99 were $1.50. Green tags normally 99 cents were 50 cents. Yellow tags were half the marked price. Browsing the clearance section, I kept finding record after record that I wanted to add to my collection. One thing to note is you should not just check the easy access bins on the top. They also have drawers full of deals tucked underneath. And on this visit, they had boxes full of additional sale items in the back of the store. I spent over an hour browsing and found a lot of stuff. Let's go through it. I moved the records from the bags into this bin for easier access. There are 53 records here. I spent $79. That averages just below $1.50 each. Okay, I'm gonna start by talking about something I do every Halloween, and that is Halloween records. This is a promo copy of Ghost Story, and here we have the chilling, thrilling sounds of the haunted house. So here are 2 Halloween records for next October. Now, everyone has heard of the Rocky Horror Picture Show movie soundtrack. This is not the movie soundtrack. This is the original Australian cast album for the play. So this one is a little bit unusual. I'm going to be curious how the music compares to what's in the Rocky Horror movie. I have the Electric 70s album on cassette and CD, but this is 12 vintage rockers of the late 60s. There's Jimi Hendrix, Steppenwolf, Count 5, Psychotic Reaction, I don't know that one. Janis Joplin, Animals, Jethro Tull, Cream, Arthur Brown, Fire, Amboy Dukes, Vanilla Fudge, Yardbirds, Electric Prunes. Good stuff. Angel was kind of marketed as the dressed in white version of Kiss, and they were on Casablanca, the same record label as Kiss. Remember the song Obsession? Well, that is Animotion, and this is the album that it's on. Got Hoyt Axton and Hoyt Axton here. I like Hoyt Axton. Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, so this is their second album. I think I have the CD, but I'm glad to have the vinyl. I don't know anything about Bandit. I just like the cover, so I grabbed it. Blackfoot, Vertical Smiles. I've seen this one go for a lot more than $1.50. All right, Blood Rock Passage. It says VG on it. I haven't really checked the condition. The jacket's not VG. 1972. I have a copy of the CD, but I don't think it's legit. I think it was a pirated version. So I'm kind of glad to have this. All right, we have some early David Allan Coe. This stuff's kind of hard to find sometimes. This one came out in 1974. Live Cream Volume 2. Now I have Live Cream. I don't think I have Volume 2. I do have this on CD, but I like Charlie Daniels enough to grab the vinyl too. All right, Detective was a band on Swan Song, which is Led Zeppelin's label. I don't know much about Detective, but when I see an album on Swan Song Records, I generally grab it. Deep Purple Stormbringer, I do have this on CD, but it's probably the best of the Coverdale Deep Purple albums. All right, this is John Entwistle. It says Whistle Rhymes. I think it might be a kid's record. Not sure. Those trees look kind of dark and foreboding. But I do like John Entwistle, so I grabbed it. The Firm Mean Business. They also had the first Firm album, but I have that already on vinyl. I have both these on CD as well. Okay, The Fix, Reach the Beach. Has the hit MTV song, One Thing Leads to Another. This Fix album was a cutout, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Here's John Fogerty dressed as a werewolf. I like Sammy Hagar's early work, and this is his early album, Street Machine. All right, I have this on CD twice. The regular version, the deluxe edition. Well, this is a vinyl classic. The entire second side of the album is one song. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida runs 17 minutes and 5 seconds. This is James Gang Bang. This is after Joel Walsh left the James Gang. He was replaced with Tommy Bolin. This is James Gang Live in Concert. This one has Joel Walsh on guitar. I believe it was recorded in 1971 at Carnegie Hall. Record used to belong to Bob Lee. Jefferson Starship Spitfire. This is 1976 Jefferson Starship. And here's Jefferson Starship Earth. This one came out in 1978. I don't have either one of those on CD or record. Kim Mitchell. Okay, if you saw the movie The Runaways, Kim Mitchell was the manager of the Runaways, but he has albums of his own, including Akimbo a Logo. Here we got Moxie 2. I might already have this, but I grabbed it anyway. They're a good hard rockin' band from Canada in the 1970s. And here's Moxie, a tribute to Buzz Sherman. I don't know if this is a comp or not, but there it is. Nazareth, Close Enough for Rock and Roll. This is the album that came after their big smash hit, Hair of the Dog. They were pretty popular when this came out. Here we have Nazareth, No Mean City, and the artwork is just cool. I don't know much about New England other than they are AOR style hard rock. This came out in '79. Night Ranger, 7 Wishes. I just got this on CD. It's pretty cool to also find it on vinyl. Aldanova, Twitch. Not his most famous or most popular, but cool to have. Patti Smythe, she sang with Scandal. I don't know much about her solo career, so I went ahead and grabbed it. This was one of the ones that was not red or green tagged. It was yellow. The yellow tag's not on here, but it was half price from $5.99, so I paid $3 for it. Steppenwolf, Monster. Here's a Styx album with a silvery cover. Cornerstone is the title of it, from 1979. Survivor, Premonition. Not the famous Eye of the Tiger album, but a different one. And here's another Survivor, When Seconds Count. Trapeze featuring Glenn Hughes. Probably says featuring Glenn Hughes because he might have been the only original one left. Glenn Hughes went on to play with Deep Purple and many other bands through the years. All right, here is Triumph, Rock and Roll Machine, another Canadian power trio. Here's Triumph, Just a Game. This is probably their most popular one. Has Lay It on the Line. That's probably their most popular song. Triumph, Progressions of Power. Anytime you find Robin Trower in the bargain bin, you should grab it. Here's his live album. UFO, no heavy petting. Used to belong to MP. Apparently it came out in '76. UFO Force It has water faucets all over the cover. This one's sealed. This was in the yellow bins. There's not a yellow sticker, but this is War Galaxy. Has a sticker here. Never been opened. Marked $7.99, half price. It was $4. It's kind of tearing open down here. But sealed vinyl from the 70s is extra cool. Edgar Winter Group, Shock Treatment, Wishbone Ash, There's the Rub. Zebra, No Telling Lies. This one's harder to find than the earlier Zebra album. And ZZ Top Fandango. The first side of this is recorded live and the second side is studio cuts. I want to make it clear that Spinnin' Jenny's does not just have old used vinyl. They have plenty of new titles in the bins as well. I just prefer the old stuff. Now I have to get my spin clean out and wash these up, and I got a lot of listening to do. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to my patrons for supporting this channel, and remember, stay thrifty, everyone.